Hi, welcome to WMD, that's Woody's Modelling Diary. And if you've watched the last few videos that I've done, I've been talking about 3D printed items for model railways, and this 3D printed engine shed was part of that. And I've also done a few videos on some of the techniques I've used to build it. Well, here it is in place on Chalkdon, my 009 narrow gauge layout, and to be frank, I'm quite pleased with this. There are a few surprises inside, so we'll go and have a look at that. It is still loose, so we can take it onto the bench for a better look. Well, here it is on the bench. Nothing particularly spectacular about this kit. If you did watch the previous video on 3D prints for model railways, you'll know that the kit basically contained the shell of the engine shed, the window frames, the doors, and 2 trusses for the roof. The choice of roofing material is left down to the builder. I've chosen some Wills corrugated iron sheet, and I just used 2 halves of sheets, which gave a nice little finish to it. The finish on the outside I described in one of the videos. Basically, the stonework was sprayed with a desert sand colour, and then individual stones picked out in random sort of complementary shades, and then that was given a black wash, dilute black paint, about 10:1, and the window frames, the doors, and indeed the roof were similarly treated, as were the barge boards, and that just gives a harmonious effect to it all. The roof, being corrugated iron, also had some rust powder applied, which is this MIG track brown, which gives a sort of suitable rusty shade to it. The barge boards were nothing more than strips of plastic card, a small piece lying about. The doors themselves, there are no hinges supplied with the doors, so if you want to make them operate, you have to make your own. And all I did was basically put an L bracket of bent brass wire at the right places into the brickwork, and then used another piece of brass wire bent with a sort of loop on it and cut to a suitable length just to simulate a hinge. It's not particularly scale, and if you look closely it does look out of scale, but from a distance it works for me, and I'm sure it would work for most people. But it's nice just to be able to open and close your doors. Now, we did talk a little bit about surprise inside, so let's just take the roof off, which I've deliberately left loose. As you can see, those are the 2 trusses which were supplied, and that's useful just to get your angles and strength right in the roof itself. The inside has had some detail added, and let's just try and go in a little bit closer. As you can see, we've got 2 workbenches here, which were again 3D prints. The pillar drill is a 3D print. The 3 cans of paint, grease, or whatever they're supposed to be, are just offcuts of plastic tube painted. The toolbox is a piece of balsa wood with some bent brass wire just to simulate a handle. We've got some sort of operative here, just reading the notice board, and all the notice board is a piece of a piece of plastic card painted black, and the notices are just small offcuts from a till receipt, the type you get if you go to the supermarket. Just at the end, piece of blank paper there, cut to a suitable size, and then just a fine black pen to give them some sort of indication that there is writing on there. In the corner we've just got a piece of offcut of balsa wood, just to give that sort of scrap piece of wood which might come in useful for leverage or something of that nature in an engine shed like this. And then on the other side, there's a crate and an oil drum which come from, I think it's a Nightwing pack. Unfortunately, I don't think they're made anymore, but you can probably find similar items from other manufacturers. In fact, probably the 3D printing guys will do something very similar. The step ladders, again, are a 3D print. The concrete aprons on which all of this stands are again offcuts of plastic card, painted a concrete colour and then weathered with black wash, and again a little bit of the track brown weathering powder. And really that's about it. So that's where I've got to with this, and I think the question sometimes is, where do you actually stop with detailing? You can go on and on with these sorts of things, but I'm happy enough with that now. That gives me just what I need, and with the roof which lifts on and off, that can at least be seen and appreciated when I want to show somebody some of the detail in there. I hope that's been of interest and use. Some of the things that we get up to in model making can be useful to pass on to other people. So if there's anything there which tickles your fancy and have a go at detailing a building you're making, have a go. The worst which can happen is that you have to just do it again. But that's the beauty of this hobby. Nobody really judges you because it's done in the privacy of your own home, and you can get on with it. And if it works, you can show it to the world. If it doesn't work, it goes in the bin. And believe me, I've had one or two bits over the years go into the bin. So it does happen to all of us. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. You take care of yourselves, and hope to see you again soon. In the meantime, bye.